The tables turned in 1998 in the small, predominantly white town of Fair Hollow, Mississippi. A girl named Alana Rivers walked into Mrs. Granger's 7th grade classroom for the first time. Alana was one of only 2 black students in the entire middle school. Her mother, a nurse who worked double shifts, had saved every dollar to move them into a better school district, believing this was the path to opportunity. But Fair Hollow wasn't ready for her daughter. Mrs. Granger, a teacher who had spent 30 years in that same worn-out classroom, saw Alana not as a bright student, but as a symbol of everything she resented: change, progress, and the encroachment of people she believed didn't belong. From day one, Mrs. Granger humiliated Alana in front of the class. She mocked Alana's city slang when she spoke up in class. She gave her lower grades without explanation, even when Alana's work mirrored that of her white classmates. She called her lazy, told her she'd end up pregnant before graduation, and once whispered loud enough for others to hear that some people are just born to serve, not lead. Alana, resilient but still a child, cried quietly in the bathroom stalls during recess. She heard the snickers and saw the glances from her peers, and every tear watered a seed inside her, a quiet, burning desire not for revenge, but for greatness. She vowed that someday she would rise so high that no one could ever make her feel small again. Years passed. Alana endured. She graduated top of her high school class despite every obstacle. She earned a full scholarship to Howard University, then went on to Harvard Business School. She became known for her sharp mind and unbreakable spirit, quickly rising through the ranks in the corporate world. By her mid-30s, she was appointed as the CEO of a rapidly growing national education company, Edunova, which specialized in reforming failing schools across the country. Then, fate came knocking. Edunova's next target was Fair Hollow School District, now on the brink of collapse due to mismanagement and declining enrollment. Alana approved the acquisition personally when she walked into the Fair Hollow Middle School gym for the first staff meeting as their new boss. The air grew thick. Some recognized her immediately. Others whispered. But no one was more affected than Mrs. Granger. Now gray-haired, frail, and still clinging to her position like a lifeboat, Alana stood on stage in a crisp white suit, radiating confidence. Her eyes scanned the crowd until they landed on Mrs. Granger, sitting in the back, her face pale as chalk. Alana paused, then smiled. "Some of you may know me," she began, her voice clear and calm. "I used to be a student here, and I remember everything." The room fell silent. "But today, I'm not here for revenge. I'm here because every child, no matter where they come from or what they look like, deserves better than what I got." She looked directly at Mrs. Granger. "We are building something new here, and those who can't treat every student with dignity and respect will not be part of this future." Mrs. Granger broke down right there in her chair, tears streaming down her wrinkled face. For the first time in her life, the woman who had spent decades belittling others felt powerless and ashamed. She resigned the following week, but Alana didn't gloat. She never mentioned Mrs. Granger again. Instead, she focused on transforming Fair Hollow into a model of diversity and excellence. Under her leadership, the school district flourished. Test scores improved, students thrived, and the town that once shunned her began to change. Years later, at an award ceremony where Alana was named one of the most influential women in America, a young black girl from Fair Hollow asked her what kept her going through all the pain. Alana smiled softly and said, "I knew I couldn't let someone else's small mind define my future. And I knew that someday when the tables turned, I wanted to be the kind of leader who lifts others up, not tears them down." And in that moment, the crowd erupted in applause. But in Alana's heart, it was the quiet triumph that meant the most. The little girl from Fair Hollow had finally come home, not in chains, but crowned.